In today's breaking story, General Motors has just stunned Donald Trump with a surprise bomb. That's right, Donald Trump is getting brutal news after brutal news, and things are only getting worse. For one, Trump voters, they're not even that happy with Donald Trump's presidency thus far.
D as in dog, okay? And it's not Trump's fault, but he did overestimate his relationship with Vladimir Putin. Putin's a villain. And that thing is worse now than it was on Inauguration Day. Deportation, C+. First 6 months of 24, Biden deported 410,000. And first 6 months of 25, Trump 239. Now, what you say, whoa. No, it's the border crossings are down 90%. But the problem is here that the federal government has not explained its policy. The Trump administration has not explained its policy on nonviolent, non-criminal migrants. It's got to be explained. This is what we're going to do. Now, I've offered them very, very good solutions. They have not picked them up. We've had Tom Homan on the program. Look, you got to have some kind of review process because innocent people can get swept up here. But that has not happened. So the deportation is C+.
Even more so, Trump's economic policies, they're really just invoking fear. A growing share of retirees lean heavily on Social Security, according to a new survey. About 2/3 of retirees said they substantially rely on Social Security for retirement income or plan to do so, according to the survey, which polled more than 1,200 retirees, as well as more than 2,000 younger Americans. The surge in retirees who largely rely on Social Security income to make ends meet comes as the program faces key challenges, from recent staffing cuts to a long-term financial crunch that could cause payments to be slashed starting in 2034. More than 3/4 of people in the US, 78%, are worried that Social Security won't provide enough to live on during retirement. That's an increase from 5 years ago when 74% expressed concern. So people are only getting more and more economically insecure. Where exactly is the golden age, Donald Trump? Still, Trump is trying to distract from his many failures by blaming everything terrible in the world on Democrats.
They want voters. That's one reason. I don't think they would have done it for that because they cheat. You know, they're so good at cheating, they don't need that. But the vote, and the second reason is they hate our country. I think they hate our country. I actually do. And it's the biggest problem. I mean, much of our time is spent with.
But no amount of blame can save Donald Trump from the surprise bombshell that General Motors just dropped. That's right, in today's top story, General Motors has stunned Trump with a surprise bomb. Take a look at this. General Motors just dropped a surprise bombshell on Donald Trump, and it exposes the painful cost of his economic agenda. In a stunning earnings report released Tuesday, GM revealed that its profits have plummeted by more than 1/3, largely due to the billion-dollar impact of Trump's tariffs. That's right, Trump's trade war just cost one of America's biggest automakers over $1 billion in a single quarter. GM brought in $1.9 billion in profit this past quarter, down sharply from $2.9 billion during the same time last year. Sales are also down, falling by 2% to $47 billion. And this comes just one day after Stellantis, the parent company of Chrysler, Jeep, and Ram, reported it lost a staggering $2.7 billion because of similar tariff-related costs. This isn't just bad news for Wall Street, it's a damning indictment of Trump's trade policies, which were pitched as pro-America, pro-worker, and pro-industry. Instead, they're delivering billion-dollar losses, shrinking profits, and shaking confidence across the auto sector. General Motors CEO Mary Barra tried to reassure shareholders, announcing a $4 billion investment to shift production toward US-based vehicles, hoping to sidestep the damage from tariffs. But that move underscores just how disruptive Trump's policies have become. This is no longer just a political talking point, it's a direct hit to American manufacturing, American workers, and American companies. Trump said he'd bring jobs and prosperity back, but so far, all he's delivered is chaos and billion-dollar setbacks. With the auto industry sounding the alarm, Trump's economic narrative is running on fumes. Well, at the end of the day, we all said tariffs would be bad for the economy. Trump didn't listen, and now sure enough, tariffs have been bad for the economy. Sorry, Trump, but it seems that liberals were right about everything.